Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Renuka with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers. 1 lakh COVID warriors to be trained in 6 customized job roles in 2 to 3 months. Prime Minister reiterates government's commitment to provide COVID-19 vaccine to everyone free of cost. Vaccination coverage to be expanded from Monday. Study shows chances of hospitalization reduced by 75 to 80% after vaccination. Over 26.89 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses administered so far. Railways approved 660 more trains in June to meet increased demand. Assam cancels class 10th and 12th board examinations due to prevailing COVID situation. Rupee appreciates 22 paise against US currency. Indian Embassy in Beijing to organize International Day of Yoga celebrations on Sunday. And in cricket, day 1 of the final of the ICC World Test Championship between India and New Zealand abandoned due to rain in Southampton. And Netherlands beat Austria 2-0 to qualify for round of 16 stage in Euro Cup football. As many states are relaxing lockdown norms, we advise the listeners not to lower their guard as the COVID-19 pandemic remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow the 4 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene, and get vaccinated. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the government is committed to provide free of cost COVID-19 vaccine to everyone. He said vaccination coverage will be expanded from the upcoming 21st of June.
21 जून से जो टीकाकरण अभियान शुरू हो रहा है उससे जुड़ी अनेक गाइडलाइंस जारी की गई है। अब 18 साल से ऊपर के साथियों को वही सुविधा मिलेगी जो अभी तक 45 साल से ऊपर के हमारे महानुभावों को मिल रही थी। केंद्र सरकार हर देशवासी को मुफ्त टीका लगाने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है।
Talking about the changing nature of the coronavirus and the country's resilience to deal with this infectious disease, Mr. Modi has said COVID-19 pandemic has helped in developing a robust medical infrastructure in the country. He said this pandemic has helped the government, science, society, institutions and individuals to expand their capabilities. He stressed on creating medical infrastructure in the country to deal with the growing challenge of mutant coronavirus. He said new AIIMS medical colleges and nursing colleges have been set up in the last few years. He said millions of youths are required to expand the medical infrastructure in the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched a customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers. With the launch program in 111 training centers spread over 26 states has commenced. The program aims to skill and upskill over 1 lakh COVID warriors across the country, and the training will be completed in 2 to 3 months. Highlighting the importance of the skill development program, Mr. Modi has said unprecedented efforts have been made to create a large pool of trained healthcare workers in the country.
इन प्रयासों के बीच एक स्किल्ड मैन पावर का बड़ा पूल होना, उस पूल में नए लोग जुड़ते रहना, ये भी उतना ही जरूरी है। इसी को देखते हुए कोरोना से लड़ रही वर्तमान फोर्स को सपोर्ट करने के लिए देश में करीब 1 लाख युवाओं को ट्रेन करने का लक्ष्य रखा गया है। ये कोर्स 2-3 महीने में ही पूरा हो जाएगा, इसलिए ये लोग तुरंत काम के लिए उपलब्ध भी हो जाएंगे और एक ट्रेंड सहायक के रूप में वर्तमान व्यवस्था को काफी कुछ सहायता देंगे, उनका बोझ हल्का करेंगे।
The Prime Minister said customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers will provide skill training to over 1 lakh youths in the country, and the training will open new job opportunities for youths. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers today via video conferencing. The News Services Division of All India Radio in his Spotlight program will bring you an exclusive interview with Atul Kumar Tiwari, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship on customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers. In this interview, Atul Kumar Tiwari said the basic intention behind the program is to have trained frontline workers for healthcare to tackle the crisis and reduce the burden of a health system.
Basic intention of this program is that we keep ready the human resources required for healthcare and how do we train them in a most efficient manner so that trained, skilled healthcare frontline workers are available in our health services, diagnostic centers, etc. so that whenever the next crisis starts, at least we will not have a shortage of the manpower. That was the basic intention behind this customized crash course on COVID-19 frontline health workers.
This interview can be heard tonight on the FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official.
The Union Health Ministry has said that India continues to register a decline in daily active cases of COVID-19 and further improvement in recovery from infection. Addressing media in New Delhi this evening, Joint Secretary in the Health Ministry, Love Agarwal, said that continuous decline in daily cases is being noticed since India reported a peak with nearly 4,14,000 cases on the 7th of May. He said now almost 85% decline in such cases has been seen since the highest reported peak in daily new cases. He said,
पिछले 24 घंटे का डेटा एनालाइज करें तो पाते हैं कि देश में 62,480 केसेस रिपोर्ट हुए हैं, यानी कि जो पीक हमने देखी उसमें करीब 85% डिक्लाइन इन टर्म्स ऑफ द केसेस विच आर गेटिंग रिपोर्टेड उसमें हमने ऑब्जर्व किया है. हम देखें तो पाते हैं कि पिछले 11 दिनों से देश में डेली बेसिस पर जो केस रिपोर्ट हो रहे हैं वह 1 लाख से कम है.
He also informed that till 4th of May, there were 531 districts in the country which were reporting more than 100 cases daily. Now the number has come down to 147 districts. On recovery rate from the infection, Mr. Agarwal said that the country is also witnessing a consistent increase in recovery rate. He said on the 3rd of May, the overall recovery rate was 81.8% and now it has reached the mark of 96%.
रिकवरी रेट में भी देश में एक पॉजिटिव ग्रोथ नोट की जा रही है. 3 मई के समय पर जहां रिकवरी 81.8% थी, 18 मई तक वह 85% के करीब पहुंची, 27 मई तक 90% और अब वह बढ़ते बढ़ते 96% हो चुकी है, विच इज ए वेरी पॉजिटिव साइन. आज जरूरत है कि एक स्थाई पर हम अपने डेली केसेस की रिपोर्टिंग में उसमें कमी नोट कर रहे हैं. वह केसेस जो हमारी मेडिकल दृष्टि से जिनको हम ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं, एक्टिव केसेस, उसमें कमी नोट कर रहे हैं और साथ ही ओवरऑल देश का रिकवरी रेट उसमें भी एक पॉजिटिव ग्रोथ पाते हैं.
On testing of samples, Mr. Agarwal said that there is continued focus on testing while a sharp decline in cases is being observed. Member Health Niti Aayog Dr. V.K. Paul said that the study conducted on the healthcare workers about vaccination suggests that chances of hospitalization reduce by 75 to 80% after vaccination when an individual infected from coronavirus. He said the possibility of oxygen requirement is around 8% after infection and the risk of ICU admission is only 6% after vaccination. He said the study clearly shows that the vaccination provides protection from the serious infection.
स्टडीज ये दिखाती हैं कि वैक्सीन लग जाता है तो हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन की जरूरत का जो चांस है वो 75-80% कम हो जाता है. ऑक्सीजन की जरूरत सिर्फ 8% की ही पॉसिबिलिटी रहती है. जिनको नहीं मिला उनको 100 तो इनको सिर्फ 8 और उससे सीरियस आईसीयू एडमिशन है. ये डेटा मेरे सामने दिखाता है कि आईसीयू एडमिशन में 6% रिस्क रह जाता है. प्रोटेक्शन 94% हो जाता है.
Dr. Paul also said that WHO AIMS survey shows seropositivity in persons below and above 18 years of age is almost equal. The information shows that the children were infected, but it was very mild and only isolated case of infection may occur in children during third wave of COVID. He said all the efforts will be made to protect the children by providing child-specific treatment services with the help of public and private healthcare services.
बच्चों के लिए अगर जरूरत पड़ेगी तो सर्विसेज में क्या मिलना चाहिए, चाइल्ड स्पेसिफिक ट्रीटमेंट, ऑक्सीजनेशन, वेंटिलेशन, केयर,
ड्रग, वो सारे का भूमिका अपडेटेड वर्जन में देश के साथ शेयर कर रही है। तो वी आर हैप्पी टू स्टेट दैट ऑन पीडियाट्रिक फ्रंट हो सकता है कि उतनी भयानक समस्या आइसोलेटेड बच्चे ही इफेक्ट हो, शायद ना हो, लेकिन तैयारी के तौर पे इसमें कोई भी कमी नहीं होगी कि बच्चों को लुक आफ्टर किया जाएगा। प्राइवेट पब्लिक सेक्टर दोनों मिलकर करेंगे और सारे देश भर में करेंगे।
Union Home Minister Amit Shah today said all-round development and welfare of Jammu and Kashmir are top priorities of Narendra Modi government. Mr. Shah undertook a thorough review of the development programs of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in order to bring development with transparency under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Home Minister appreciated 90% reach of the central government schemes in Jammu and Kashmir. He congratulated Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha and his team for COVID-19 vaccination, being 76% in Jammu and Kashmir and 100% in 4 districts. He instructed that all refugees who came from Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and West Pakistan and from Kashmir to Jammu should get the refugee packets as soon as possible. Mr. Shah directed officials to complete many other development schemes, including Prime Minister's development package, industrial development projects at a fast pace. The Home Minister also emphasized for starting 3,000 megawatt Pakal Dul and Kiru hydroelectric projects, along with fast-tracking other 3,300 megawatt projects. The Union Health Ministry has written to all the states and UTs asking them to undertake a detailed review and ensure prompt and necessary steps are taken for the safety of healthcare workers and their well-being besides strict implementation of the amended Epidemic Disease Act. Joint Secretary in the Health Ministry Love Agarwal has written to the states following some reports of incidents of physical violence against doctors and healthcare workers in Assam, West Bengal and Karnataka. In the letter, Mr. Agarwal said that such incidents impact the morale of our healthcare workers who have shown exemplary commitment against all odds in COVID-19 management. He said the Government of India has taken a number of initiatives for ensuring the safety and security of healthcare workers. On the 22nd of April 2020, the Union Health Ministry had issued an ordinance to duly amending the Epidemic Diseases Act 1897, providing protection to healthcare personnel and their property during epidemics. The ordinance was further notified as the Epidemic Diseases Amendment Act 2020 on 29th of September last year. As per the Amendment Act, whoever commits violence against healthcare service personnel or cause damage or loss to any property shall be punished with imprisonment and with fine. Such offences are also cognizable and non-bailable.
The Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said that more than 2 crore 58 lakh COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered to the beneficiaries. The ministry has said the central government has provided over 27 crore 90 lakh COVID vaccine doses to states and union territories so far. The ministry has assured that over 19 lakh 95,000 vaccine doses will be provided to states and union territories within the next 3 days. Minister of State for Chemicals and Fertilizers Mansukh Mandavia has said that the government is continuously engaged in boosting the production of liposomal amphotericin B injection. He said the domestic production of liposomal amphotericin B used in the treatment of black fungus was increased by more than 5 times in just 3 months. He said domestic production is expected to cross 3,75,000 vials in this month from the domestic production capacity of 62,000 vials in April this year.
The Indian Railways is continuing its journey of bringing relief by delivering liquid medical oxygen LMO to various states across the country. Oxygen Express have crossed the milestone of 32,000 metric tons of liquid medical oxygen delivery and service to the nation. So far, 32,095 metric tons of LMO have been delivered in more than 1,834 tankers to various states. The Ministry of Railways in a statement said that so far 444 Oxygen Express have completed their journey and brought relief to various states. The Indian Railways has approved 660 more trains in June as the demand increased. As on today, about 983 mail and express trains are being operated. With the flattening of Corona curve, the Indian Railways is enhancing the number of special trains to facilitate the travelling public. During pre-COVID, an average of about 1,768 mail and express trains were operating daily.
Union Minister and BJP leader Hardeep Singh Puri today attacked the Congress party for spreading confusion and lies on the COVID-19 vaccination drive and farm laws. He said Congress leaders are not on the same page and some of them think profiteering on centrally supplied medicines is legitimate. He alleged that Congress-governed Punjab state is involved in mismanagement of vaccination drive and making profits from vaccines. While addressing the media in New Delhi today, Mr. Puri has said the central government is supplying vaccines to beneficiaries free of cost, but 750 rupee profit has been earned in Punjab on every single dose of Covishield. On the farm laws, Mr. Puri alleged that confusion has been spread that minimum support price would be stopped and mandis would be closed. Terming these claims lies, he said record procurement of food grains has been made on minimum support price after the enactment of these laws. He said over 26,000 crore rupees have been directly transferred to the accounts of farmers through direct benefit transfer.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers. 1 lakh COVID warriors to be trained in 6 customized job roles in 2 to 3 months. Prime Minister reiterates government's commitment to provide COVID-19 vaccine to everyone free of cost. Vaccination coverage to be expanded from Monday. Study shows chances of hospitalization reduced by 75 to 80% after vaccination. Over 26.89 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses administered so far. Railways approved 660 more trains in June to meet increased demand. Assam cancels Class 10th and 12th board examinations due to prevailing COVID situation. Rupee appreciates 22 paise against the US currency. Indian Embassy in Beijing to organize International Day of Yoga celebrations on Sunday. And in cricket, Day 1 of final of ICC World Test Championship between India and New Zealand abandoned due to rain in Southampton. And Netherlands beat Austria 2-0 to qualify for round of 16 stage in Eurocup football. Sweden defeats Slovakia 1-0 in another encounter. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
The Centre is disseminating awareness of national helpline numbers for the benefit of citizens during the COVID-19 pandemic. The helpline number of the Health and Family Welfare Ministry is 1075. The Child Helpline number is 1098. For senior citizens of Delhi, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, the helpline number is 14567. The helpline number of the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, NIMHANS, for psychological support is 08046110007. The Ayush COVID-19 Counselling helpline number is 14443. And MyGov WhatsApp help desk number is 9013151515.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the evening news. In Assam, Education Department has decided to cancel High School Leaving Certificate HSLC and Higher Secondary Final Examinations due to prevailing COVID situation. The decision was taken today in a meeting held between Education Department and various organizations in Guwahati.
Indian naval ship Trikand, mission deployed for anti-piracy operations, is participating in the maiden IN UNAVFOR joint naval exercise in the Gulf of Aden. A total of 5 warships from 4 navies are participating in the 2-day exercise which commenced today. Other warships include Italian Navy ship ITS Carabina, Spanish Navy ship ESPS Navarra, and 2 French Navy ships FS Tonnerre and FS Siocouf. The two-day exercise will see high-tempo naval operations at sea, including advanced air defense and anti-submarine exercises, cross-deck helicopter operations, technical maneuvers, boarding operations underway, replenishment, search and rescue.
In Tamil Nadu, 7 Indian Navy pilots were awarded the prestigious Wings by Vice Admiral Ajendra Bahadur Singh, Flag Officer, Commanding-in-Chief, Eastern Naval Command, at the passing out parade today. The graduation of the 96th Helicopter Conversion Course was held at the INS Rajali Air Base, Arakonam. Twitter spokesperson today said the social media platform will continue working alongside the Indian government as part of its shared commitment to serve and protect the public conversation. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Information and Technology has called on Twitter to appear before its panel. The spokesperson appreciated the opportunity to share their views before Standing Committee on IT. Our correspondent, quoting sources, reports Twitter representatives appeared before the panel said that they are prepared to work with the committee on important work of safeguarding citizens' rights online, in line with principles of transparency, freedom of expression and privacy.
Prasar Bharati Audience Research has released News on AIR Radio Livestream Global Rankings. In a major development in these new rankings, United States has displaced France as the top country in the world on the basis of popularity of the News on AIR app in these countries. France stands now at number 2 and Japan is the new entrant in the top 10 countries category. The Minister of Information and Broadcasting in a statement said that these rankings are based on fortnightly data from the 1st of June to 15th of June 2021. This data does not include India. In the category of News on AIR top countries, United States has topped the list while France is at 2nd position, Australia at 3rd place, United Kingdom at 4th, Fiji at 5th, Canada at 6th position, United Arab Emirates at 7th, while Singapore at 8th place in the rankings, Japan at 9th position, and New Zealand was placed at 10th position in the rankings. In the category of News on AIR Universal Top 10 streams, Vivid Bharati National topped the rankings, followed by FM Gold Delhi at 2nd, while FM Rainbow Delhi placed at 3rd in the rankings. In Maharashtra, a woman Nakshal associated with Chatgaon Dalam surrendered before the Gadchiroli police today. The police had earlier announced a cash prize of 2 lakh rupees for anyone who would bring information about the whereabouts of this woman named Karishma, alias Ganga, alias Savita Ajay Naroti. She was involved in at least 4 cases of assault. Following her surrender, Deputy Inspector General of Police Manas Ranjan and Superintendent of Police Ankit Goel have appealed to other Nakshals to surrender and join the mainstream. In the last 2 years, 38 Nakshals have surrendered before the police.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the most important festival of Kashmiri Pandits is being celebrated today on the occasion of Jyeshtha Ashtami, with over 2,000 devotees offering puja amid COVID protocols in Kheer Bhavani Temple at Tulmula village in Ganderbal district. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha has extended his heartiest greetings on the eve of auspicious occasion of Jyeshtha Ashtami to all the people, especially Kashmiri Pandit community. In his message, the Lieutenant Governor said that Jyeshtha Ashtami holds immense religious importance for our Kashmiri Pandit brothers and sisters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted all, especially the Kashmiri Pandit community, on the auspicious occasion of Jyeshtha Ashtami. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said, "We bow to Mata Kheer Bhavani and pray for everybody's health and wellness." In Goa, while observing Revolution Day today, Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari and Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant paid tributes to freedom fighters at Panaji. It was on this day in 1946, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia had given a clarion call to Goans to arise, awake and work unitedly for the liberation of Goa. Goa was later liberated in 1961.
Reserve Bank of India RBI today decided to grant in-principle approval to Centrum Financial Services Limited to set up a small finance bank. This in-principle approval has been accorded in specific pursuance to the expression of Centrum Financial Services Limited's offer dated 1st of February 2021. The RBI circular said the approval has been accorded in response to the notification dated 30th of November 2020 published by the Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank PMC Bank. The Sensex and the Nifty today ended almost flat amid weak cues from global equity markets. The rupee appreciated 22 paise against the US currency and Brent crude prices fell below $73 per barrel mark. A report from the Business World.
The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange gained 21 points or 0.04% to close at 52,344. Divergently, Nifty at the National Stock Exchange fell 8 points or 0.05% to settle at 15,683. The rupee appreciated by 22 paise to close at 73 rupees and 86 paise against the US dollar. And crude oil prices fell for a second session in a row. In intraday trade, Brent crude prices were trading around $72 and 60 cents per barrel. Arjun Chaudhary for AIR News.
The International Day of Yoga 2021 is now just 3 days away, and this is going to be the 7th International Day of Yoga, which will be observed worldwide on 21st of June. The theme for this year Yoga Day is Yoga for Wellness. COVID pandemic continues to affect lives and livelihoods of people world over. The importance of yoga and promoting holistic health of people is very relevant in such a time. More from our correspondent.
In the current pandemic of COVID-19, yoga with its multifaceted benefits is proving to be of immense help to the public. Consistent practice of yoga helps to improve health and strengthen natural immunity. Practice of yoga is known to help in improving metabolism, maintaining proper blood circulation, and reducing vulnerability to various ailments like respiratory disorders, cardiovascular diseases, and diabetes. Yoga is more than a mere physical activity and offers multiple health promotive and stress relieving reward to its regular practitioners. Each yogic activity is a key to improving flexibility, strength, balance, and attaining harmony. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
In men's cricket, the day one of the inaugural World Test Championships WTC final between India and New Zealand was abandoned without a ball being bowled at the Rose Bowl Stadium, Southampton, due to rain. In Euro football, the Netherlands have qualified for the last 16 after beating Austria 2-0 at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam. Memphis Depay scored a penalty in the 11th minute to give the Netherlands the lead in the first half. Then Denzel Dumfries scored his second goal of Euro 2020 to make it 2-0. Dutch held on to the lead to qualify for the next stage. In another encounter at St. Petersburg tonight, Sweden beat Slovakia 1-0. Croatia will take on Czech Republic in Glasgow later tonight.
With less than 36 days remaining for the start of the Tokyo Olympics, All India Radio brings a special series on India's medal prospects at the sporting extravaganza.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature will be 26 degrees and the maximum will go up to 36 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature will be 26 degrees Celsius. Chennai will see generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata will see generally cloudy sky with few spells of rain or thunder showers. Jammu will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The minimum temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 36 degrees. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Leh will have partly cloudy sky. Gilgit will see mainly clear sky. The temperature will hover between 17 and 33 degrees Celsius. And Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The minimum temperature will be 19 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 34 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches customized crash course program for COVID-19 frontline workers. 1 lakh COVID warriors to be trained in 6 customized job roles in 2 to 3 months. Prime Minister reiterates government's commitment to provide COVID-19 vaccine to everyone free of cost. Vaccination coverage to be expanded from Monday. Study shows chances of hospitalization reduced by 75 to 80% after vaccination. Over 26.89 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses administered so far. Railways approved 660 more trains in June to meet increased demand. Assam cancels class 10th and 12th board examinations due to prevailing COVID situation. Rupee appreciates 22 paise against US currency. Indian Embassy in Beijing to organize International Day of Yoga celebrations on Sunday. And in cricket, day one of the final of the ICC World Test Championship between India and New Zealand abandoned due to rain in Southampton. And Netherlands beat Austria 2-0 to qualify for round of 16 stage in Euro Cup football. Sweden defeats Slovakia 1-0 in another encounter. And with that we end the evening news. Good night.